welcome back for our next horror game. Tonight we have The Park. Alright, what we got here? The Park is a narrative experience, best played in a dark room wearing headphones. Deals with subject matter that may be disturbing to some players. During the course of play, the park may manipulate graphics, audio, control settings, and your sanity. This is perfectly normal and should not be cause for alarm or psychiatry. And that disappeared, but I managed to
read. In my heart and mind,
there we
I
go.
always return to Atlantic Island Park.
Where's Mr. Bear?
I haven't seen Mr. Bear, Callum. Stay in the car. I'll go and ask information.
He's gonna run off. We're gonna lose him in this amusement park here. Good detail. Atlantic Island Park must be some sort of.
Attention, patrons. The park is now closed. Please make your way to the car park at your earliest convenience. Employees, prepare the park for shutdown.
Callum was born the day this place opened. This is his favorite place in the world.
Atlantic Island Park, a tribute to the untamed heart of Solomon Island and the people who used their talents to bring the dream of Nathaniel Winter to life. May this park be a place where joy and laughter are gathered and used to infect all of those who follow after. Dedicated this first day of May, 1977, James B. Longley. So, her son was born the day they opened this park. Ah! How do I get out of this? There we go.
What?
Oh, are we having a seizure? What?
Hey, Lorraine. Lorraine. Don't blame yourself, Lorraine. People lose things all the time. Take a deep breath. Think about the last place you saw your son's teddy bear.
How you...
Hey, stop! I think your boy just ran into the park. I'll unlock the gates for you.
I knew it. Also, how did he know that I was looking for a lost teddy bear? Alright, let's go.
Callum, where are you going?
Come on, this way.
Park's closed, you little turd. Get back here.
Wait up there for Mommy, Callum.
Over here.
Can't run
There's
up.
something special about the entrance to an amusement park.
Yeah.
A line drawn between the real world and the world of whimsy within. On this side, the apathy of our everyday lives. And on the other, anything we might dare to dream. It's no wonder Callum ran back inside. I wouldn't want to leave either.
Attention, employees. The park is now closed. Have a safe journey home.
That light just burned out up there. Oh shit, what's happening?
Wait up there for Mommy, Callum.
This way.
What the hell?
God. The park. What happened here?
It looks abandoned.
Callum, stay where you are.
Oh, he's not answering anymore.
Come to Mommy, Callum. Come back.
You can catch me?
I bet I can. You're gonna get your ass whooped when I do.
Wait for mommy!
Carrie Killian is Satan's whore.
Come back!
This way, Mommy.
Too dark. I'm not going in there without a flashlight.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Callum, stay where you are!
Over here.
I think this belongs to Callum.
You lost a shoe?
Chad the Chipmunk, huh? Just a drunk guy in a suit.
Chad the Chipmunk welcomes you to Atlantic Island Park. Chad can be seen in daily ice sculpting shows in the following locations. 11 a.m. Sideshow Alley, 1 p.m. the Octotron, 3 p.m. Park entrance. Somebody painted graffiti in it. Chad the Chipmunk, worst in class. Chad can't even seem to pass. Chad gets angry, likes to fight. Chad is beaten every night. Chad will have a dead-end job. Chad will die a useless slob. What the fuck?
Wait, Callum!
Come on, Mommy.
What is this about?
Purchased the land on Solomon Island for a pittance, I might add. Whatever old Archie Henderson did to the locals, just the mention of his name had people slamming doors and locking shutters from the moment I arrived on the island. My lawyers had arranged everything in advance, but the realtor still had to come and deliver the keys to me personally. He took it upon himself to offer me another warning. I don't know what you're planning to do with this land, Mr. Winter, but the soil here is bitter with a curse carried from the old country. Old man Henderson, he did terrible, dark things, and the land remembers, sir. I dismissed him shortly afterwards, mostly amused by his pathetic attempts at warning me off. I have a great vision for this place, and the will to see that vision through to the very end. Atlantic Island Park. The name is perfect, and I cannot imagine it being anything else. This is the start of something amazing.
Callum!
Catch me, Mommy.
Oh, I plan on it. This is the tunnel of what? What is that word? Tunnel of Tales. Are we gonna ride this shit here?
Come on, Mommy.
Are we going that way, or are we getting on this? Alright. I guess we're getting.
Callum, stay where you are!
I guess we're getting on the shit. So this park went from bright and lit and open and full of employees and probably full of people, you know, making their way out, to dark, abandoned, and crumbling in the space of like half an escalator ride. It's interesting.
Callum, where did you go? Where did you go? Where did you go?
Could get echo effect.
Near a great forest, there lived a poor woodcutter, his wife and his 2 children. A boy named Hansel and a girl named Gretel. They were very poor and had very little to bite or sup. "What will become of us?" the woodcutter asked his wife one night. "I tell you what, husband, we will take the children into the thickest part of the forest tomorrow and abandon them there." "No, my wife, I cannot do that," said the man. "Then we will all 4 starve, you fool." Hansel and Gretel overheard their parents talking, and Gretel began to weep. "Do not fret, Gretel," Hansel said. He crept out of the hut and gathered white stones from the ground to fill his pockets. The next morning, the woodcutter leads the children into the forest. Before they leave, their mother gives them a slice of bread and warns them that they will get no more food that day. Clever Hansel leaves a trail of white stones behind them as they pass into the woods. When their father leaves them, the children wait a while, then follow the trail back to their parents' house. After receiving a thorough scolding from their parents for getting lost in the woods, the children are sent to bed without any supper. Hansel tried to sneak out and collect more white stones, but found that the door was locked. "Tomorrow I will take them into the woods myself," the wife told the woodcutter. In the morning, their mother gave them a slice of bread and led them deep into the forest once again. Hansel broke his bread into pieces and left a trail of breadcrumbs to lead them safely home. But hungry-eyed birds snatched up the breadcrumbs and his trail was destroyed. Abandoned by their parents and unable to find the trail home, the children wandered in the forest for 3 days. The children stumbled into a clearing with an exceedingly strange house. Its walls were made of gingerbread, and its windows were panes of clear sugar. Hansel, desperately hungry, ran forward and began to nibble on the walls. "Nibble, nibble, little mouse. Who is nibbling at my house?" An old woman emerged from the house, sniffing the air and peering around with cloudy eyes. "Oh, you dear children, who brought you here? Just come in and stay with me. No harm will come to you." But Hansel and Gretel stayed back, for the old woman reminded them of their cruel mother. "Come, children, don't be afraid. I have something for you." The old woman offered them 2 enormous lollipops. The children took them and began to eat. "You see, nothing to fear here. Come inside," the old woman urged, and the children, still licking their sweets, followed. Once inside the house, the old woman changed. She stuffed Hansel into a cage and put Gretel to work, sweeping and cleaning her hut. "Your brother will make a good mouthful," the old witch told Gretel. "Once he is fattened up, I shall feast upon him." Time passed, and poor Hansel refused to eat, fearing the day that the witch would eat him. The witch, for her part, grew impatient. "Today I will cook and eat your brother, Gretel. Climb inside and light the oven." But Gretel pretended not to understand. "I do not know how. Where is the opening?" "Fool," the old witch said. "The opening is here." And she moved to show Gretel. Seizing her courage, brave Gretel gave the witch a shove, and the old crone tumbled forward into the oven. Gretel slid a large iron bolt over the door to the oven. Gretel freed her brother Hansel, and together they lit a fire beneath the oven. And though she screamed and begged, the children sat by the oven until her screams had stilled, and the witch was cooked. And then, because even children can't survive on sweets, they divided up the body of the old witch and ate her.
Oh, that's creepy. Well, that didn't get us any closer to finding the runaway child.
Hansel and Gretel. I used to read it to Callum when the electricity was shut off. Those poor children. The whole world against them. The forest, the birds, the old witch, even their own parents. I used to imagine that Callum and I were the kids in that story. Not mother and son, but brother and sister, hand in hand against the unkind world. We were always hungry, looking for our own house made of candy, looking for the sweetness that could take the pain away. Hunger leads people to desperate, terrible places where the tree branches reach like claws. Callum, come back here right now! Mommy needs to see you, Callum. Another accident. This place.
Shit. Teddy bear with a fucking spike in its eye. Oh, it's a knife. All that blood didn't come out of the teddy bear, though. Despite the constant interruptions, Atlantic Island Park will be opening on time. The governor is booked to cut the ribbon, so the only real question is whether we will have any customers. I'm not truly worried. The customers will come out of simple curiosity. I deduced what was needed from the banned writings of Archie Henderson. It's astonishing to think that a resonance of positive emotions can be used to fuel such a process. Henderson himself chose to use negative, and that cost some of the taint that still lingers in this place. I will not make his mistakes. Very soon I will know if this has all been for nothing.
Stop, Callum!
This way, Mommy.
This old thing used to make the blood run to my head. To make me dizzy. The guy just snapped. Those poor kids.
Eyewitness reports Atlantic Island Park incident. Officer on duty, Sheriff F. Bannerman. Witness, Norma Creed. Statement. We were waiting for our turn on the ride, Frank, me, and the boys. This fellow in the chipmunk suit was making an ice carving while people took photographs. Lawrence wanted to go over to him, but I've always been a bit wary of those suits. They give me the creeps. It's silly, I know. Anyway, the chipmunk man, he was carving and picking away at the ice. And at first we thought he was making some animal, like a tiger or a lion. But as more and more ice fell away, when you first looked at it, it was like a human face smiling out of that block of ice. But the more you looked at it, the more you saw there was something not quite right about the proportions. Something unnatural that made your heart begin to beat just a little faster. Like you were prey, and that thing in the ice was a hunter. Then these teenagers walked up, and one of them made a face at the carving. It said something rude to the guy in the chipmunk suit, and then, well, he went berserk. For a few minutes, it was chaos. Everybody was running away from the guy who had one of the teenagers on the ground, and he was stabbing with the ice pick. Blood was spraying, people were screaming, and Frank and I had the kids and were dragging them away as fast as we could. And the last thing I saw before Frank dragged me away was that the eyeball of one of those poor kids had landed on the ice sculpture, making the horrible creature look more or less alive. Jesus Christ. Damn, that's fucked up. Alright, how do we get on this thing?
I can't get on while it's moving.
Oh, we gotta stop it first. That was fucked up.
Oh, I remember this. Treachery hides in thoughts. Treachery that lashes like a whip and scars our insides. The first time I saw Callum, my thoughts betrayed me. I looked down at this wrinkled, red, bawling thing and I thought, is that it? We build our world from expectations, and the world that I had built for Callum was no different. He was so real, so there, and so far from my expectations. And it shattered, and as they fell in pieces, that one treacherous thought became a new foundation. All of the love that we shared, all of the warmth and goodness that followed, built on a single traitorous thought.
This isn't a very big amusement park. It only has 6 rides in it.
Callum? Where'd you go?
This way.
I thought working in the park for a summer would be a lot of fun. But the end of the season here really drags. There aren't many tourists around, and so most of the staff spend their days standing around gossiping. Most of that gossip is about Chad. I mean Steve. See? Even I'm starting to call him Chad, and I went to school with the guy. It's that goddamn suit. In the beginning, it was a laugh. Steve the local lush is Chad the chipmunk, child-friendly mascot at Atlantic Island Park. Lock up your daughters and all of that. But the more he wears that suit, the weirder Steve is getting. First, it was little things, like refusing to change out of the suit at work and taking it home with him every day. But then I saw him at Susie's diner, still wearing it, and it wasn't even a work day. Some of the staff complained discreetly to the park management about the smell, and I saw him walking and talking with Mr. Winter, the owner, one day. But nothing seems to have changed. The suit still smells like a carcass whenever Steve walks by, and apparently Steve has picked up some new skills since the last time I saw him puking up in a gutter outside Sequoia Station, because he sure as hell can carve a mean ice sculpture. Those shapes he makes in the ice, though, they give me the creeps. Steve came by the booth today, well, lucky me, and he just hung around for a while. I couldn't really tell because of the suit, but it seemed like he was just staring at me, sizing me up, eye-fucking me, whatever he was doing. I asked him what he wanted, and he just stood there, not saying anything. Eventually, I called my supervisor, and when he came by, Steve wandered off. My supervisor told me to put everything in writing, so here it is. Also, I quit. I don't want to see that chipmunk suit ever again. Laura Hinman.
Where are you?
Whoa. Bumper cars.
Constant crashes and 80s music. Guess it floats someone's boat.
We missed the Ferris wheel. Alright. Alright, well, let's try this out. I want to get in here. There's a branch there. Can I have that? It's not. Oh. Fart. There we go. That's the shit. Oh, fart. We gotta go turn this on first. The boat was way over there. No. Well, how do we... That's the only one with the lights on. Accident report. Employee name, Francis Dufresne. Time and date of the incident, 25th of October, 1976. Job titles and department, laborers working on the crane. Supervisor lead person, Richard Stapleton. Witness, Lawrence Creed, Michael Edgeworth. Brief description of the accident or incident. During the transport of the bumper cars into the arena, one of the straps attaching the load to the truck came untied, causing a cascade of bumper cars onto Francis, who was standing directing the driver. Francis was crushed by the weight of the car. And describe any injuries caused. Francis was killed. Did the injured employees see a doctor? Yes. If yes, did you file an employee's portion of a workman's compensation form? Why did they file a workman's comp if he died? Doesn't make any sense. Supervisor's comments. Dexter, the truck driver, claims to have seen someone on the back of the load undoing the straps. Nobody else reported seeing that. The sheriff has requested that Dexter provide them with urine samples. What could have been done to prevent this accident? Double checking all the straps after transit should be mandatory, and drug screenings for all drivers. The unsafe conditions have been corrected. No. Employees or supervisor signature, illegible signature, 25th October 1976. Additional comments. The local laborers are very superstitious, and this hasn't helped. Some of them are refusing to return to work until we have someone from the local church walk the park and exercise the spirits. Mode. Fuck. Okay. Interesting.
It's a matter of public record that I am a failure as a mother. Once, when Callum was very small, I left him asleep in the car while I ran an errand. Don't even remember what it was. When I came back, the sheriff was standing next to the car, watching my boy through the window. I didn't like what I saw in his eyes. Judgment. He wrote me the ticket without saying a word. Just the scratch of his pen on the notepad. When he gave it to me, our eyes met. I know what you're going through. My daughter, Helen, she just gets some help. Help was a bolt of lightning. Help was 1,000 volts surging through my veins. Help is agony. I'd rather die. I wanted to scream. I'd rather you pulled your gun and shot me. But instead my mouth said, yes, Sheriff.
So they treated you with electroshock. Didn't know we were still doing that. Continually delayed by the incompetence of the builders. The problem is they are locals, and so they believe a lot of the rumors about what Old Man Henderson used to do here. They grew up on those tales. Every time a bolt comes loose or a wrench goes missing, those fools are crossing themselves against black magic. course, that is why I chose this site over all the other potentials. Solomon Island is the nexus for dark energy, and the thought of all that power just dissipating beneath the earth here makes my skin crawl. I called in a few favors back in Brooklyn and got someone at the local academy to see if they had any interesting books about local history. Turns out they do, and it turns out that Old Man Henderson has some pretty strong connections to the Brooklyn crowd. Perhaps something he wrote will help me find the piece of the plans that I am missing. Alright. Ferris wheel time. Man, that is a big-ass Ferris wheel. Holy shit. I mean, admittedly, it's been a long time since I'm on one, but that looks unnaturally large. Bureau Fair Rides Inspection, Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services. State Inspection Report, inspection date September 22nd, 1980. Inspection results unsafe, close the park. Inspectors Connects. After touring the park, riding the rides, and viewing the startling number of incidents suffered here in the park, it is this inspector's opinion that Atlantic Island Park should be shut down until Nathaniel Winter complies with all safety regulations. While I understand that there is a sensitive political relationship between Mr. Winter and the Senator, I nevertheless suggest that such political considerations be set aside in condemning Atlantic Island Park. The rides at first glance appear well constructed and maintained. The sheer number of incidents in the park during the last few years and during construction leads me to believe there is something wrong at the base level of construction, and we should close the park and fully investigate its flaws. To wit, here is a partial list of the fatalities in the park since opening only 2 years ago. A family of 3 killed when a roller coaster cart derailed. 14 separate incidents of broken bones and crushed ribs while riding the Octotron. 3 suicides from the top of the Ferris wheel. A child seriously injured on the escalator. Over a dozen children reporting missing in the House of Horrors since its construction. 1 report of drowning in the Tunnel of Tales. The sheer volume of incidents means that it is my strongest recommendation that Atlantic Island Park be closed immediately. Signed, David Bolsa. That is an alarmingly large number of deaths and catastrophes.
Come into your life for a reason. Dad used to say that before Mom ran off. After that, he mostly just drank. Things were different for Don and I. When we met, I was sweeping the floor at Susie's diner. He came in with some workers, but he didn't try to flirt or cop a feel like the others. He just ordered a coffee and sat there, watching me. When my shift was over, he offered to walk me home. I don't know how to describe that walk. We talked and laughed and eventually kissed. It felt like love. It felt like a fairy tale. I can't tell you if Callum was made that night or one of the ones that followed. But I think it has to be that night. That one perfect night. Don and I moved in together, but then, well, he died. According to the supervisor, his safety harness failed when he was working on the top of the Ferris wheel. Dawn was there one moment, and then gone. Sometimes people leave your life for no reason. I was 3 months pregnant with Callum. Fairy tale fucking over.
So her son's father was one of the guys that died during the construction of this park. Interesting. I can't crouch. Is there another path? How do we... That's the fucking octo thing. So how do we get to the coaster? I don't...
Callum, where did you go?
Oh wait, we gotta... Alright, well I guess that works. That doll looks an awful lot like her son. Can't run anymore.
A lot of people idolize their children. You hear them talking about their kids and just the way they talk, their fucking voices make me want to vomit. My angel likes to read, and little Johnny is so good on the piano. Fuck those people! You give up 9 months of your life carrying them, you traumatize yourself giving birth to them, and then you spend the rest of your life as their slave. Wiping asses, mopping a piss, feeding them. Little life-sucking monsters who take and take and take until... we all go insane. Any parent who pretends otherwise is just dishonest. That's called choice supportive bias. I am honest. Callum really grinds my gears, and he owes me everything. Everything. It'd serve the little fuck right if I just abandoned him.
Jesus, woman. Mother of the Year is not you. Fucking bitch.
I always wanted to ride this one. Never got around to do it before. What do you want?
We need to talk about Callum.
What do you mean? What have you done to him?
That's insulting. You and your boy are everything that this place doesn't want. The antithesis of what we stand for.
Where is Callum?
The poor child. He tried so hard to do what he was taught. He even left you a trail of breadcrumbs. But the park is just so hungry.
Oh, God.
Tell me where my son is.
Witch has it now. Has both of you. No happy ending here, I'm afraid.
Just leave me alone.
Fool. You always were.
The witch awaits.
So the House of Horrors is the only one left now.
Callum has bruises on his arms, finger marks. Someone has been hurting him. I've asked him, demanded really, to know where he got the marks. But he doesn't want to answer me. Something has scared him into silence. He doesn't dare talk. He's been changing too. Something sinister lurks in the darkness behind his eyes. I catch him staring at me at odd moments. In the night, he tosses and turns and cries out words that I cannot understand. When I try to soothe him, he snaps and bites at my fingers. I think he wants to talk to me. I think he wants to tell me. But they are watching him every minute of every day. They are whispering to him in his sleep, changing him. They are taking my baby away from me. I can save him. And there will be pain. But I love him, and in the end, he will understand why.
Imagine the only person hurting him is you. You're pretending to care about him now, and a second ago you were talking about condoning abandoning him in this fucking park, so... we went the wrong way. Shit.
The whole town was shocked by that one. Never found out who did it.
Cotton candy corpse leaves sour taste in parkgoers' mouths. Yesterday evening, visitors to Atlantic Island Park were shocked and horrified by the discovery of a dismembered corpse behind the cotton candy stand. According to local authorities, the corpse has yet to be identified. However, though they have confirmed that the remains appear to be those of a child. The corpse was discovered by a group of teenagers from Innsmouth Academy who noticed a pair of ravens tugging at something just out of sight behind the shack. Nathaniel Winter, the owner of Atlantic Island Park, has released the following statement. It is a true tragedy when something like this occurs, especially in a place that was designed to bring forth happiness and joy. The staff of Atlantic Island Park offer their condolences to the family and friends of the victim and will cooperate fully with authorities to help bring this case to rest. The Solomon Chronicle will provide daily updates on the story going forward. Management is not responsible for diseases contracted via the kissing booth. There's the cotton candy stand. Must have been that one right there. Okay, how do I get the gate open? I don't. He's not answering anymore. How the fuck do I get out of this shit? I mean, there's only that one gate, and
Who did this to him?
oh shit, jeez. Stupid chipmunk. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. I can't walk around that corpse. We can't get into the...
Back! Don't let him take me!
These are mine.
Man. What the hell was in those pills? Yeah, and I did that. There's nothing there.
Don't touch me.
Fuck. Future Times by Laurel and Howdy. Cute. Belly button is the signature of your personal creator. I believe her name was Mama. Every 17th child is a magnet for sinfulness made omniscient by broken fires in the coastal strain. We don't believe that the earth belongs to battered goats and shamrock afterbirth. Only the truly naked wrens of righteous indignation are severed by war-cross cleavages and trust. Exercise arrhythmia. Beaumont will come to the island bearing the talisman, and he will shatter the seals that bind the orthodoxy of corruption. Only then will priests shout. Only then will priests shoot sluts reveal housewives. Oh. Only then will priests shoot, sluts reveal, housewives pontificate, and delayed messiahs make axles for the rescue of Tangle and Cash. Sweet the temptress who grips the shaft, twists the shaft, absconding with the third age fire into the fourth age darkness, while gods lie writhing on the shattered face of earth. Gaia has sweetness and grace, but her days are numbered, and heavy-fisted highs break before frozen wills, and calligraphic actresses in pencil and paper pornography. The all-seeing eye will provide decade-long updates on this story going forward. Well, that is a whole bunch of gibberish. How do I get out of here? Oh, the gate's open now. Okay. Oh, shit.
Oh God, no.
The park is a collage of contradictions all of its own. Millions of people die every year in car crashes, and the park has little cars designed specifically to simulate that action. Hear the children scream with joy. In the sideshow alley, you can walk away with 15 cents worth of mass-produced Chinese teddy bears, while a grinning carny pockets your hard-earned $5. What secrets lie beneath the sullen waters of the lake? The tears of jilted lovers, the soiled condoms of illicit affairs, the clotted blood of the lonely suicide. And the face of the witch looms over it all. I've always despised her toothy grin and warty nose. I hate that sparkle in her weathered, watchful eyes. I think Callum is waiting for me. Inside.
Done. Atlantic Island Park has closed its gates. A jeering throng of townsfolk gathered as we hung the heavy iron padlock on the gates. Small-minded fools, scared of what they don't understand. My machines lie silent and dejected, but I am not beaten. I have sent my wife and son back to Boston, and I have retreated here to the House of Horrors. I must think.
Don't leave me.
One little duck went out one day.
Give it to me! I'm a horrible mother. Where is he? What have you done with him? I'm a horrible mother. Where is he?
Nightmare Circus by Fair and Coma. The circus burns to the ground on opening night, killing dozens. The owner is put to death by an arranged mob of townsfolk just as he shouts out a curse. Now a raven, a dark-souled wanderer, comes to the roads at dusk in search of his missing mother. Let the show begin. I'd read that if it was a real book.
After they let me out, they gave me Callum back and sent me home with a handful of breadcrumbs. Home, bittersweet home. I barely recognized it. Where there had been color and light, there were shadows and regrets. Where there had been warmth, there was a bone-deep coldness that never went away. I tried my hardest to keep the ghosts at bay. Don, watching from the dusty corners while I tried to teach his son to read. My father, coldly assessing me and finding me lacking. I devoted myself to Callum, did the things that they told me. It will get better, they said. Every day will be a little better than the last. I'm in the woods now, lost and afraid. Things never got any better.
Disconnect notice. After multiple attempts to collect payment, we regret to inform you that your service has been disconnected or will be disconnected shortly. Please do the following. Make the payment listed on your last bill. Contact blah 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 blah. It's a power company because you couldn't pay the bill. It's a book about the Donner Party. Rain, I received your letter and I'm quite surprised. You ran off with your father all those years ago, then disappeared off the edge of the map. And then when I finally tracked you down, refused to answer any of my letters. And now you write to me asking for help. I have another family now and another life. Your father was a horrible man and I regret the years I wasted with him. I loved you, I truly did, but every year you grew more and more like him. You were his girl, never really mine. Still, I would have fought for custody if you hadn't run away with him. It broke my heart, but I needed to go on living. I can't let you back into my life without picking open old wounds. I'm sorry, Lorraine, I just can't do it. Maybe one day it will be easier and I can meet Callum, but not yet. I am not ready to forgive you. I must have been from her mother. Mrs. Maillard, our inquiry into the estate of Mr. Donald Williams has been completed. We regret to inform you that the primary beneficiaries of his estate, including the life insurance settlement for accidental death, were listed as Rose Williams and Richard Williams of New York State, the deceased's parents. Our agency made contact with Mr. and Mrs. Williams and explained your situation, especially as regards the birth of Donald's son, Callum. Fortunately, they were not receptive to our overtures, and they specified that without any legal proof of a biological relationship, they consider you ineligible to receive any of the monies from Donald's estate. They have asked that we no longer contact them regarding this matter. I understand this may have a negative impact on your current financial situation and hope I'm not being too forward when I enclose our bill for our services with this letter. Uh-oh, we're looping. It's the same hat and the same Rubik's Cube.
Don't.
One little duck went out one day over the hills and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 quack. But no little ducks came back. Mother duck went out one day over the hills and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 quack.
Must be the ice pick.
God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God.
The guy in the squirrel suit used to murder the
Stories are told again and again, and from their shape we build our understanding of the world. Two children are led into the woods. They are lost for a time, but then are captured by an old witch. A child goes missing in Atlantic Island Park. He wanders lost for a time before finding his way into the mouth of an old witch. In the oldest version of this story, the mother and the witch were the same person. I never wanted to be the witch, but I am, aren't I?
Callum. Callum! Callum. Callum. Callum!
Hey, Lorraine. Lorraine. Don't blame yourself, Lorraine. People lose things all the time. Take a deep breath and think about the last place you saw your son.
In my heart and mind, I always return to Atlantic Island Park.
Huh. So she murdered her own son, possibly or possibly not, as a result of some supernatural influence. But more likely, it was just her own mental illness. And now she's stuck in a never-ending mind loop of some sort. Just continually losing him in a crumbling amusement park over and over and over again. That was actually better than I expected it to be. I went into that thinking it was just a woman lost her son in a creepy-ass amusement park, but there was a lot more to it than that. That was really good. That was really well done. I like that. I That was a good one. Set pieces were good, rides were good, it was well written. Story was fucked up and unsettling and disturbing. It was good. It was good. Well, thank you for watching the park, and we'll see you in the next video.